So today, this is my first time meeting George, and he's gonna be serving. I'm gonna help him with a couple tips. And how long have you been playing?
For about maybe a month or 2 months now.
Okay, so a month, 2 months, and you're a freshman in high school. Okay, cool. So have you ever had lessons before?
No, I have not.
No. Okay, cool. And then have you played any other sports?
Yes. Basically football and baseball.
Oh, perfect. Okay, it's gonna be helpful because if you have a good throwing motion, I could teach you serves like that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna teach George how to serve. He's a freshman in high school, never played tennis before, and he has played other sports like baseball, which is very helpful because all a serve is a throwing motion. So first I'm gonna have him serve, I'm gonna inspect his form, and then I'm gonna give some basic pointers, and you'll see his serve, and I'll kind of point out the things that we can work on. So go ahead and hit 2 serves, and just go ahead and show me how it looks.
It'll be 6.
Okay, cool. Here you go, one more.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be 6.
Perfect. Okay, thanks, George. Okay, come on over. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna talk to you on the camera.
All
right, so when you play, the serve is the most important shot.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, it's just like a what? A throw. And let me see you throw it as far as you can. You think you can throw it over the fence or to the fence? So go ahead and just throw it as far as you can. Perfect. All right. So I know you'll be able to serve well because I know you can throw.
Okay.
The more like a throw your serve is, the better it's going to be.
Okay.
Okay, it's exactly the same motion. A lot of times people try to hit a serve like someone they see on TV, when in fact, all they gotta do is a throwing motion. So the way you stand when you throw, the way your arm moves when you throw, it's the same exact thing. So for example, so the way I stand when I throw is like this, okay? You might wanna stand over here, okay? So the way I stand is exactly the same. So here's my service motion, and here's my throwing motion, okay? So just think of it like a perfect.
Okay.
Now, a lot of times when coaches teach serving, they focus on up here.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is actually your balance. Think of a snowman. What's the biggest part of a snowman? Bottom. And have you ever built one?
Yeah.
It takes forever, right? You just have to gather so much snow, and that's the hardest part. And then you do the middle, and then the head, right? And then what's the quickest part? The sticks and the hat, right? The top part is actually very easy, but the bottom is what people neglect.
Okay.
So when you serve, you want to keep in mind, number 1 is your balance. Okay? Now, what's a good toss and what's a bad toss?
When it's kind of right in front of you, and then when it's bad, it's kind of behind you. Okay.
So my definition of a good toss is one that keeps you perfectly balanced when you hit. So scoot back just a step. So if you can keep your balance when you swing, that's a good toss.
Okay.
Let me get a ball. A bad toss is any single toss that makes you lose your stance. For example, sometimes people toss it too far in front and they have to reach for it. Sometimes they toss it behind them and they fall backwards. Or sometimes they might throw it sideways. And I tell my high school kids, it's like picking your future husband or wife. Wait for the right one. Okay, don't just hit any toss that comes along. The chances of you missing are very high. So, in practice, you can toss 10, 20, unlimited amount of times. So, number 1 tip is wait for a good toss that keeps you what? Balanced, right? So you're gonna toss it. If you're able to keep your feet like this at the end, that means you have a good toss and your balance is good, right? That's like fixing and working on the bottom of the snowman. Once you have a solid base, it's easier to put the rest on. So what I'm gonna have you do, I'm gonna have you hit serves again, and only hit the ball if you know that at the end you can stay like this. Okay, so grab a few and give it a try. When you serve, the main thing is after you hit, I want you to be able to tap your back foot 2 or 3 times, okay? So when you're done, make sure you're solid and see if you can tap your foot. If you fall over because of a bad toss, then, catch it if you feel you're gonna fall over.
Okay.
It might take 5 or 6 tosses, but that's okay. So, where was that toss? Too much, too forward, right?
Yeah.
So next time, if you feel you're gonna fall, just catch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just lost my balance there.
Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, a lot of times people don't work on it,
Yeah.
so they don't. It's gonna take a few reps, maybe 5 to 10. Now try this. Go ahead, stand there. Practice a few swings, even without the ball, and try to stay put. Do a few until you feel comfortable. Good. You want your front. Try to do a few more. Try to keep that front foot completely flat. If you lift it up like that, you're gonna fall over. So keep this left foot totally flat for now. Okay, give it a go. Now, if you have a bad toss, what do?
Catch it.
Catch it. Almost. You fell over a little bit.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Felt better. I felt like I had more control.
Yes, exactly. Again. How's that?
That feels better.
Awesome. So George, so the main thing right now is working on that balance. And to do that, you focus on what?
Tossing.
You're tossing, right? So a good toss is one that keeps you balanced, and a bad one is anything else that pulls you off, right? You don't have to worry about the height so much right now or how far in front it is. The balance will take care of all of that.
Okay.
And once you have that base of the snowman, you can work on the rest of the stuff. So my challenge for you and for all you guys watching that are beginners roughly, get a basket and just work on keeping your balance. You want to get 8 out of 10 serves in.
Okay.
Nice and easy. And once you can get that serve, tilt it up a bit. Once you can get 8 out of 10, keeping your feet in one spot, then you can progress to the next one. But in a real match, you want to have a reliable serve, one that keeps you in the game. You don't want to like give your opponent a lot of free points by making double faults.
Okay.
So this way you have a lot of control and you can always fall back on this. This is where you build the rest of your serve from. So if you want more power, more consistency, more spin, first you have to have that balance and that control, like that snowman.
Yeah.
Right? And then you can build the rest of the serve. Okay? So is that helpful?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else?
No, I think that's good for right now.
Okay, cool. So yeah, just don't even worry about anything else until you can get 8 out of 10, keeping your stance.
Okay.
Okay? All right, man. Cool. All right, see you guys on the course.